What is up, everyone? This is Dale from Upstate Bets and DFS. I'm here with my partner Reoz, bringing you guys these two NFL games for the conference championships. We got the AFC title game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, the Chiefs are coming in at 7-point favorites, and we got the Niners and the Rams, and they are at 3.5-point favorites for the Rams. So I can't wait to get to these games, and it's bittersweet for NFL coming to an end. I know we have the Super Bowl, but man, what a ride it's been this season. Down to four great teams and a bunch of great lines that they have here to offer on prizepicks. Cannot wait to get to this slate. Thank you for everyone that supported us so far throughout our NFL journey. Can't thank you guys enough. It's pretty much where the channel started growing like crazy, and then we just started hammering NBA every day. So this is bread and butter NFL right here. If you guys can drop the like on the video, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you've been watching these NFL videos and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and ring that bell notification. We're going to be bringing so much content for this slate and for the Super Bowl as well, and all these leading weeks. If they have prize picks for the Pro Bowl, I'm sure we'll be doing a video for that too. So thank you guys for everything. They also added two new categories here. They got the targets category, and they got like the tackles and sacks category for defensive players. So that's awesome. They also have pass attempts too. I wasn't sure if they had that before, but I know they had pass completion. So a couple new things. PrizePicks is amazing. They always have discounted lines on their player props. It's where we go for our player props. Even with the FanDuels, the DraftKings, the FanDuel Sportsbooks, all these crazy sports books, we always go back to PrizePicks because the lines are amazing, and the payouts and all the props are so good. So you can sign up using promo code Upstate if you haven't signed up yet. That'll give you a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100. So enough ranting by me. I'm gonna let Rios tell you guys about the Patreon content.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on in the Patreon. We know we've been red hot here on NFL. We've been just as good on NBA as well. And it's sad to see, like you said, Dale, that NFL is going to be going away in a couple of weeks. But excited to really the growth of this channel and everything that's really came from it. And you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/upstate. We got write ups, hit rate articles, just a lot of stuff. If you think we're pushing out content here, we're pushing out even more over on the Patreon. It will also be in the link, and it will also be in the description below, and you can find it at patreon.com/upstate.
Yeah, man. So we also have a premium Discord that we do for that over there, and it's so amazing. Thank you guys, everyone that signed up so far. It's definitely not required. It's just something that if you want to support us a little bit further, shorten down your research time, get who we're playing, some bets we do over there, MMA stuff. So go sign up if you're interested in all that. So let's start with this slate,
Oh,
man.
and the Patreon does charge in the beginning of the month, so I would wait till February 1st.
No doubt about that. If you're watching this on the 30th, if you were to sign up, you will get charged again. So yeah, definitely just wait till the first to make that sign up if you do decide to do that. Thanks for bringing that up, Riaz. Um,
Yeah.
we're gonna start off in the passing yards here, and yeah, you know, great games. I really like both these games, and we got some high scoring game totals between the Bengals and the Chiefs. I mean, I know the Rams can put up points. I think that game's going to stay a little bit closer and a lower than what they have it projected. But between Burrow and Mahomes, I think Burrow looks really good here at 280 compared to Mahomes. I know Mahomes had the huge shootout game against Buffalo and 400 against Pitt. He's looked amazing so far in the playoffs, but so is Burrow, man. For the fact that Burrow gets sacked upwards of almost 10 times in that Tennessee game and just gets back up and just starts throwing the ball. The weapons that he's got at his disposal, and the fact that they're coming in as 7-point dogs, there's a chance they might trail a little bit in this game. And I think Burrow comes out slinging in hopes that they don't trail. So I like Burrow here at 280.
The consistency all year with Joe Burrow just really tops Patrick Mahomes. We know Mahomes went on that skid. You just feel a little bit more comfortable with Joe Burrow, but you really can't knock either one of these. They're definitely both probably going to throw for 300 yards. This might not be as great as the Buffalo game, but this is going to be a high scoring game. Both teams have ton of weapons between Tyreek, Travis Kelsey, Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase. I mean, it's just a phenomenal two offenses. They're going to be really dueling out here on this 3 o'clock game on Sunday. So I don't mind either one of them. The guy that I want to really target in here is Jimmy Garoppolo. I think this line is very intriguing. It's at 210 and a half. This is definitely a game where he's gonna have to throw. I know he hasn't had to do that in the last couple of games, but the weather played a big factor. The second half of that Green Bay game, it snowed like crazy. It was really tough for anyone to really get their footing, and he didn't really have to throw. I mean, Aaron Rodgers and really didn't march down the field like he did on that first drive. But Matthew Stafford and this Rams offense has looked phenomenal all year round. We know what Cooper Cup's been doing. The addition with Cam Akers coming back. I know the two fumbles, so uh, they still have Sony Michelle. So Jimmy G is going to have to throw the ball here. He's got the weapons and Debo, Ayuk, George Kittle. At 210.5, you're definitely getting a huge discount with his line compared to these three.
Yeah, and I know the two games don't look good, but the last time they played the Rams, 306, and that was in a low scoring game too. So just because the game's low scoring doesn't mean that Jimmy G can't go out there and throw for a ton of yards. The fact that he's got Ayuk, that's a big play. Kittle can break for a ton of yards. Debo Samuel can, break away at any given moment. So he's got weapons just like all the rest of these guys at his disposal. So don't get fooled here at this line. Jimmy G looks really good at 210.5. Over in rushing yards, very slim for Reoz and I here. I don't really like much in the rushing yards. I know I usually have a ton of guys I'm really on. I think these games are going to be pretty high in terms of passing. I think if there's one guy I want to get to, it's Debo. I'd like to see a Sony Michelle line because I like the narrative with Cam Akers fumbling twice last game. Sony Michelle might step in and get a lot more targets. I mean, not targets, carries here. So we don't have a Sony Michelle line yet, but I think out of all these guys, I think Debo looks pretty safe.
Without a doubt, I mean the two fumbles for Cam Akers makes me a little worried with the usage he's going to have in this big game. And then you can always go to Elijah Mitchell. He's just looked outstanding. We know how great this Rams defense is with the addition uh, of Von Miller. He's been playing phenomenal throughout this playoffs, but 53 against Green Bay. I thought they were going to use him a little bit more, but last time these two teams played on January 9th, he ran for 85 yards. So he's going to be a big problem for this Rams defense in this game.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And the fact that they use Debo and Elijah Mitchell just in different ways can really spice things up. Mitchell looks really good here. The volume is definitely there. Mahomes evaded the pocket quite a bit. Him and Josh Allen were going back at it for, even not only passing, but rushing too. 69 rush yards against Buffalo. I don't know if he's going to have to do it as much against Cincinnati. I know they're going to try to get to Mahomes a little bit, but it's just tough for me to get. It's tough for me to get there just because I know he definitely can go out there and just not run for any yards, maybe even 10. So, it's not really his game, but definitely he can do it. So I don't really want to get there. He's not like a Josh Allen, someone that I know is gonna 100% run the ball. So not looking to go there. Let's go to receiving yards, Riaz. Anyone here you like particularly?
Yeah, I mean, I know they had the Chase discount. I still do not mind him at 84 and a half. You saw in the last game that little um, quick throw. He ran for 57 yards. He can do it in little quick screen passes or deep down the field passes. Jamar Chase is just phenomenal. Obviously, Cooper Cup is a guy to look at for sure. I mean, his line's sitting at 105. We saw the two big plays he had against Tampa Bay, that 70-yard touchdown, and then at the end he cut that huge catch to seal the game with that game-winning field goal. I mean, it's tough to kind of fade these two guys. They've just been phenomenal all year.
Yeah, I mean, Cup for me, Cup for me looks really good, man. At 100, this is about as low as he's gotten in the past couple weeks. I think he looks really good. He struggled against Arizona. We've had big games from him against San Francisco already this season, so I wouldn't really be scared. For sure. I mean, he had obviously caught that bomb, which was significant. Stafford's not scared to throw. I mean, we saw a lot of quarterbacks hesitant in the playoffs, but Stafford doesn't look like he's scared to just throw the ball down the field. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was even being hesitant. He was being a little bit passive. Tannehill was trying to force things, but someone like Stafford is just chucking the ball. So I'll definitely go and ride with Cooper Cup at 100 here. We have Jimmy G passing yards. If you're looking to correlate him with somebody, you definitely can look to someone like George Kittle. 63 against Green Bay. We say it week in, week out. Kittle is due for a big one. We haven't seen like the 100-yard game, but we're trending in the right direction, I believe. So I like Kittle here in this spot. 48.5 looks really good to me.
Yeah, Kittle's in a great spot. It was really nice to see his usage and his targets go up in that game, and it really wasn't even on big catches either. He's probably one of the most yards after the catch in the tight end position all year.
And between Debo, I prefer him in rushing yards, and between Tyreek and Travis Kelsey up here in this Kansas City game. I mean, obviously Tyreek, it just breakaway speed provides incredible yards at the catch, yards after catch, can catch a 2 yard pass and run it for 80 yards. So he obviously can break away at any point. He's more of like the boom type player, but Kelsey is a lot more consistent all season. So you can look to some guys like that. I mean, anyone else you want to get to here in passing yards?
No, we can go right over to whatever category you want.
So me personally, I'm fading receptions and targets on this slate, and I don't like anyone in the touchdown categories. So we can either go to fantasy score, um, or if you like someone in receptions or targets or touchdowns, we can talk about them.
Yeah, just for touchdowns, I don't mind going right back to Debo or Joe Mixon. I prefer Joe Mixon here. He seems to just always find the end zone. We saw that long streak, and it was nice to see him score against Tennessee. And I think how high scoring this game is going to be, he's going to find the end zone regardless if it's passing or rushing. Um, it's not much of a gut pick. It's just when the game totals at 51 and Joe Mixon's just so involved in the passing and the rushing, it's just hard to fade him.
Yeah, I think Mixon looks good. Obviously, we were on that Mixon train early on. Debo's a guy that definitely can find the end zone, heavily involved in the red zone, and this is the ability to catch one or run one in this touchdowns category. So I think that looks really good going to Debo there. The fact that he's kind of dual threat in that aspect. I mean, so was Mixon, but Debo to me looks really good. Some category I haven't been on all year. I actually love Joe Burrow pass completions here at 24 and a half. I think he looks amazing here. He threw for 30, 31 against Kansas City the first time around. Obviously, a lot higher scoring of a game. But I think even in a narrative where they are playing from down or they want to pour on points, because I think Cincinnati really wants to pour on points, because that's the way you keep up with Kansas City. I mean, we saw it against Buffalo. I mean, we see it week in, week out. I mean, that's the way. You can't really defend the Chiefs. You just got to outplay them. I mean, and on offense, and Cincinnati's definitely the type of team that has enough star power to do that. So I love Burrow in this narrative here to go over 24 and a half receptions. I mean, pass completions and just the people he's got to throw to. It just looks so amazing here.
Without a doubt, the last guy I want to talk about here is in fantasy score, and that's Jerick McKinnon here at 12. McKinnon has been all over. Um, just this, he's just been playing phenomenal in this playoff run. Uh, they've been using him as a wide receiver. He's been a great running back for this team, and it kind of adds a little counterpunch to Edwards-Helaire. Mixon's or McKinnon's got the speed that really just kind of takes over the game, and we really didn't see him all year. A lot of injuries in this backfield for Kansas City, and just the hit rate. I mean, 100% all throughout the playoffs has been phenomenal. They're just using him in so many ways, and the fact that it's PPR here on Prize Picks for fantasy score, he's gonna accumulate a bunch of targets and a bunch of catches, and we even saw him run one in against Buffalo. So that was just really nice to see.
Oh, 100%. The upside here to find the end zone is significant in terms of fantasy score. That's why I really like McKinnon in this category. Like Reoz said, they use him all over the place. I think he looks awesome. Right next to him, too. One of my go-to guys on this slate, on the whole entire slate, CJ Azoma here. 8.5 fantasy score. I think he looks awesome. The fact that he can find the end zone and just get you six there, um, you know, Reoz said being a full PPR, he can catch 4 to 5 balls. He usually gets around 6 to 7 targets a game. We could see a little bit increase there, but I still think it's going to stay around 6 to 7. He usually catches a majority of his targets. Against that Tennessee team, he did get that one right before halftime. They threw like a Hail Mary pass, and he got like 40, like 30, 40 yards on some like kind of just like before the half play. I mean, that's not what we're looking for here. I mean, if he can find the end zone, he's only found it 6 times this season. But one time already in the playoffs, which looks good against Las Vegas. So the way they've been using him looks really good. I think Burrow has found a nice connection with him, and I think he looks awesome here at 8.5. I think it's honestly a really good discount.
With all the weapons on this team, some person has to go under the radar, and CJ just finds the middle of the field and just allows Joe Burrow to use him as a safety blanket. And like you said, he seems to always be a big red zone threat. So at 8.5, it really is a great discount.
And the last guy I want to get to, I'm going to throw you guys a little bit of a bone here. I'm taking a defensive guy. Me and Reoz both love him here in this spot. Ex Bronco for my boy Reoz. Von Miller here. He needs a sack to get over this prop, and he's just been four out of the last four. I should say four out of the last five, and so far in the playoffs. He's been finding the quarterbacks. He's found his emergence here with this Rams team since they acquired him. He looks really good. The fact that Aaron Donald gets all this attention, it just allows for Von Miller to just easily just get to the quarterback, apply so much pressure. It's nice taking a little defensive prop here. I really can see Von Miller getting to Jimmy Garoppolo. The fact and just how Jimmy G has made so many mistakes so far this playoff, and the fact that he's not mobile. Von Miller just looks so good here. I really can see him getting a sack in this game.
You summed that up perfectly. Aaron Donald gets so much attention that they're kind of overlooking Von Miller, and he looks like he's in the best shape of his life. To be honest with you, as a Denver fan, he looks like he was back in 2015 winning the Super Bowl. So he looks great. The hit rate's unbelievable, and he just always seems to find the quarterback no matter what.
I can't wait to get to this slate, man. It just looks so good. Two games. It's going to be such a good time. I can't wait for Sunday. And I appreciate you guys watching this video. Like I said, if you can like it, please like the video. That'd be awesome. It takes 2 seconds out of your day. It helps us out tremendously if you guys can like it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, like I said, if you have any benefit from these videos or NBA videos, please subscribe, ring that bell notification. And Riaz, if you have anything left to say, go for it.
Appreciate all the support we had throughout the NFL. It was really nice to see how much you guys really enjoyed these prize picks. We love making these prize picks video, and we're glad to help out in any way and cut down your research.
Yeah, thank you guys for everything. We'll catch you in the next video. Peace.